You just don't have as many seahorses applying to law school as you used to.
So it's like basically always having diarrhea.
Sorry for calling your baby fat, Catherine.
I love brains, but I didn't go into brain surgery.
Guys, get this, okay? Nearly 3,000 people were killed.
I get a little bit Genghis Khan.
Is squirt's the right word there?
So far, this is really awkward, and I'm enjoying it.
I've actually read that no blind person believes in giraffes.
That's true.
Commonwealth, the former empire, now Commonwealth. Is it relevant? Probably not. But why not give this part a shot? Stay tuned. Here comes Uncommonwealth, the podcast.
And unbelievably, we are live from the Uncommonwealth Pandemia Studios. I'm here with the long-suffering Adam Mueller, the longest-suffering Jimmy HVD, and the longest sufferer of all, Catherine Rollinson. Thank you for being with us today.
We made it.
God save the Queen.
What a wonderful introduction, Piers. So I wanted to do a new segment that I have tentatively titled "I Want to Be Famous Too." Okay, I didn't say it wrong. I didn't say it. It's got to say it with a little more whininess to it. I want to be famous too.
Oh, okay. So it's not a sequel.
It's not a sequel.
T-double-O.
T-double-O. So like the children of celebrities.
Got it.
And to be honest, when I was researching this, I felt bad because it's got to be tough to be the child of a super famous person. But they choose poorly. They make bad. Like, okay, so Julian Lennon, right? His father, John Lennon, one of the most famous people on earth ever.
Yeah.
A Beatle, of course, who was assassinated, as we all know, by the CIA. And
What?
And then Julian Lennon, like, okay, the song "Hey Jude" is about Julian Lennon, another one of the most famous songs ever.
Wait, I thought it was called "Hey Jew." Didn't we cover this in the episode?
Well, yeah. Hey Jew Pond, but then what does Julian Lennon do? He goes into music. So no matter how talented Julian Lennon is, he's going to be directly compared to one of the best singer-songwriters ever.
That was his
That's
passion.
That's a bad choice. Like,
but what are you meant to do if you've grown up in that industry and you love music? You're going to go be an accountant as the son of John Lennon?
I love brains, but I didn't go into brain surgery because I didn't want to be compared to my dad, right? You know.
I love brains. You could have been a zombie.
But what I wanted, the individual I really wanted to talk about, who I do feel very, very bad for in the spotlight. Badly for. Well, here's what made me think of this. I was my 5-year-old nephew found out I lived in Brooklyn, and he just thought it was so cool that there's a town named after David Beckham's son.
No.
And I was like, what? And then I was like, Brooklyn
great.
Beckham, the eldest son of famous English footballer David Beckham, and English singer turned fashion designer Victoria Beckham.
Adam, have you told him there's an entire direction named after Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's kid?
That's crazy. But one of my problems
I feel like that was pretty hilarious. And
I don't know if I got it. I missed it.
Isn't one of their kids called North?
Yes.
There's an entire direction named after, yeah.
That was very solid. We'll put some laughs in post, Jimmy. But here's the thing here's where I started feeling very bad for Brooklyn Beckham when I read the first sentence of his Wikipedia description. So the first sentence is Brooklyn Beckham is an English model and amateur photographer. Who isn't an amateur photographer? Is there anyone in the developed world with a
Do you have an
phone?
Instagram account?
Yeah, that isn't an amateur. So that just seems like just mean.
The thing that I thought you were going to say, Adam, which would, I think, suck being the child of a celebrity, is that you would forever be referenced to them. It would be, like Brooklyn, the son of David Beckham. That's always how you'd be introduced.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would expect on the Wikipedia page.
I think it might be worse, though, if you were Billy Ray Cyrus, father of Miley Cyrus.
That's true.
Well, but
that's reverse.
Yes, that's a very good point.
Pierce.
Because if you're like a one-hit wonder and then your offspring is becomes one of the biggest A-list celebrities ever,
it would achy break your heart, wouldn't it?
It would achy break your heart. It would.
Wait, isn't that Garth Brooks?
What?
What?
No,
Never
Achy
mind.
Breaky Heart is all Billy Ray.
Good thing you're in Canada right now. America wouldn't.
That was Kanye, actually. There was a time that Barack Obama was on some talk show, and the placard that flashed at the bottom of the screen said Barack Obama, husband of Michelle Obama.
Oh,
That's what he's known for.
In a lot of cultures, though, wasn't it that
Good
like
woman.
your name used to be like Adam, son of Paul?
Right.
yes.
That was like what you were known as. So everyone was like that in a sense. But okay,
So far, this is really awkward, and I'm enjoying it.
so
Glad you
here's the
enjoyed it.
second sentence of Brooklyn Beckham's Wikipedia. It says, it is often reported that he was named Brooklyn because he was conceived in Brooklyn. If that's the second most interesting thing about you,
Come on, what
That's how
would be
I-
on your Wikipedia page, Adam?
like I wonder
Backseat
which
Mueller?
way Kim Kardashian was looking, which direction when she conceived north.
You haven't seen the video?
What video? Oh, the I've seen that video, but I don't think that was that's, as far as I know.
Can you imagine
Well-
that if you were named where you were conceived? Oh, God, I wouldn't
Oh,
want to know.
Yeah, he'd
A lot of
probably be
people
called
are.
face down in a pillow.
Jesus.
I'd be called backseat of a Volkswagen.
I made that joke 30 seconds ago, Adam.
You did?
I called you backseat Mueller.
Oh, I didn't. It was funnier when I said it, but
I know. That's why I'm upset. Do they have any other kids, by the way? And
Oh,
if
yes.
so, what are their names?
They've got 3 younger siblings. So Brooklyn's the oldest. Romeo James, Cruz Davis, and Harper 7. I don't that.
These are weird names.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, you gotta have a weird name if you're a celebrity. You can't
why
just name
is
your
that
kid
a
like
thing, though?
Sam or something. That'd be like
Arthur or something.
or Arthur.
It's time for another segment of Jimmy's Wild Exotic Animals.
Jimmy's Exotic Animals. He's Australian, so he likes animals, and his name is Jimmy.
This animal is the only animal where the male gives birth. Do you know which animal I'm talking about?
What?
Oh, the seahorse.
It is the seahorse.
Yes.
What? What?
Fun fact. Like, technically it's not birth, but it basically is. So if you didn't know, the way seahorse babies are made, the female seahorse will deposit fertilized eggs into a pouch on the male seahorse, which the male seahorse then gestates for like about 45 days whilst the eggs grow into little babies. And then the male seahorse squirts out hundreds upon hundreds of mini baby seahorses.
Is squirt's the right word there?
It's probably not the correct technical term, but if you like go and look on YouTube, it's like a confetti cannon, and they don't do it all in one spurt. They do like
Jimmy, I'm
multiple.
trying to eat
visual.
here.
That's a visual.
Does
Does it look like confetti because it's in water, though?
I
'Cause what
guess
have you-
so.
What
Well-
anyone's sperm ejaculation looks like.
Probably.
You've seen a
There's
lot
some
of
Googling.
underwater ejaculations, have you, Catherine?
Well, I'm a bit of a connoisseur, you could say.
It's an interesting
yeah.
fetish.
Yeah. And you were so confident with that fact, more confident than the gelato, I would say. So we know that
But
you.
less than that. It's between gelato and blueberries. It's right in the middle there.
But Piers is right. So these poor little baby seahorses are squirted out, a couple thousand, and then they link their tails together to stay together because they're about the size of an M&M,
That is so sweet.
and they're just on their own,
A peanut
wait.
M&M or a non-peanut M&M?
non-peanut M&M, regulation size.
Okay.
Wow, that is so crazy. And they come out like
Yep.
tiny little things.
Little
and
mini
they-
little seahorses.
And how many per?
They could be
A
between
birth?
100 and about 2,000.
How big do they grow? Like how big
need
is an
to
adult
see
I think,
seahorse?
I think they grow up to like maybe. Oh wait, I did write it down somewhere. They're anywhere from like 5 to I think about 20 centimeters. But a lot of them are very small. As I
I
said,
mean,
they
seahorses are the coolest freaking animal. I mean, that they
all
exist.
the animals. They're one of that. To me, like that's a Pokemon. Them and rhinoceroses
Totally.
and giraffes. It's like these aren't real animals, right? This is made up. They
Wait,
mate a
giraffes
lot.
aren't real?
They they are real, but it's such a weird. Look at this long-necked.
If you were to
So weird.
simply describe a giraffe
Yeah.
Yeah.
to someone they've never seen one, I don't think they believe you.
I think we did that in
I mean, we
another
did discuss this
episode.
when I brought giraffes.
Oh.
up.
I've actually read that no blind person believes in giraffes.
That's true.
Mm.
Okay, so seahorses also mate for life. That's nice. And they court each other with an 8-hour-long dance where they flutter about, change colors, do a bunch of cool dance moves.
But I only put in 8 hours and then they get to mate for life. That seems like a pretty sweet deal.
And it sounds very egalitarian. They both have to dance. The male gives birth. No wonder they are not filing for divorce every few years.
They also don't have a very
rates
structured judicial system.
Very low
Catherine.
divorce rates. But I'm not even sure if it's the percentage or how we're counting that.
You just don't have as many seahorses applying to law school as you used to.
That's the problem. This is another crazy fact. So seahorses, because they're so tiny and they don't have stomachs, they can't really digest food very well. So they have to constantly eat because it just goes through their system so quickly, in one hole, out the other straight away. So they eat up to 3,000 brine shrimp per day.
Whoa. So it's like basically always having diarrhea.
Yes, that is their life. Okay, so that's a seahorse. So they have heaps of babies, but just sticking with mammals real quick to end this segment, I'll run through the average amount of babies they have in their lifespan. So humans, what would you say on average is like 3, 4 probably? Orangutans are 3 babies in a lifetime. Giant pandas are 7, and they're cool because pandas, they're the biggest discrepancy between the size of a baby and the size of the parent in mammals. Baby pandas are 0.12% the size of their mum, and humans are about 6%, to give you perspective.
So
Tigers
ask about Arthur's birth weight, and then we can figure out how much Catherine weighs.
He's a giant baby though, wasn't he?
Back into it.
Yeah.
He wasn't
I'm
a
not very good at
giant
math.
baby.
Yeah.
Did you just say he was a giant?
Somebody said
Didn't
that.
you tell me that? Didn't you? You told us that, didn't you? Didn't you say he's in like the 99th percentile?
No, he's as a
For
child.
height.
Oh, okay. Well,
That
he's equates to weight as a
lean,
baby,
okay.
doesn't it?
You would think those would be correlated. Height and
Catherine's
weight.
like, I do not have a fat baby. Okay, my baby is very
Not
slim.
fat,
Lean.
He's got a V. He's got a V. He's got a baby V.
He's felt.
There's no thigh gap.
You have an athletic
We're
baby.
working on it. Oh.
He puts in time at the gym.
Imagine if it panned down and there was just little Arthur doing air squats beside Catherine in the hall.
He's got his little barbells.
I know.
Sorry for calling your baby fat, Catherine. I didn't mean to.
I am offended. Okay. People are
okay.
like, fat babies are so cute. I'm like, are they?
I wouldn't know. Don't have one. So.
Wouldn't know.
I've only got this ripped baby down here with a 6-pack.
The podcast.
Okay, so I know that we've talked a little bit about some famous father-son prime ministers. We got Pierre Trudeau and Justin Trudeau. And I was like, wait, are there any mother-daughter famous prime ministers or even presidents or any leaders? No.
Is that the end of the segment?
And that's our time, folks. Thanks for listening on this week's episode.
However, there is a really cool father-daughter combo, 2 prime ministers of India. Indira Gandhi was the first and only female of India, and she was the daughter of Jawahar.
Clearly just took Pierce's.
Pierce, were you going to do this exact segment?
No way.
You can see it in his eyes.
Pierce, we can do it together because it's confusing. Okay.
That's twice that's happened to Piers.
This is amazing. Okay, help me out.
Found the same one.
So the first prime minister of India was her father, whose name is Jawaharlal.
I think she does need some backup, Piers.
Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay.
Maybe try saying it in an Indian accent, Catherine. That might help you.
Those sound Italian. I don't know.
Nope. Yeah. Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay. Actually, I think that was better in the Italian accent. Okay, so Indira Gandhi served as prime minister from 1966 to 1977, and then again in another round from 1980 till 1984 when she was assassinated.
Oh, shit. That's not a happy ending.
The assassination is crazy, the story. So Gandhi was a polarizing figure. Obviously, she was assassinated, but you never know. But she really ended up being like very fondly looked upon by the history books. Like she was a pretty influential, powerful woman. She did some kind of terrible things, but some good things. And she was a badass. Like she was all about the consolidation of power in India and was basically the one who went to war and won the war against Pakistan to establish an independent Bangladesh. And she very handily won that war. And she was just a really, really powerful, confident leader. And the day before she was assassinated by her own bodyguards, crazy.
Whoa.
They turned on her as she was walking past them in her own, like in a garden, and shot her 31 times.
How many times?
31. It seems
31.
Is that a coincidence that that's the number of ice cream flavors at Baskin Robbins?
Okay.
It's all part of the big conspiracy.
Good question, because but there's a lot of like superstition around this, because the day before she was assassinated, she
was
gave
eating a lot of rum raisin.
Is that why that
she was at Baskin Robbins giving a speech where she said, "I am alive today. I may not be there tomorrow.
Ooh.
I shall continue to serve until my last breath. And when I die, I can say that every drop of my blood will invigorate India and strengthen it. Even if I died in the service of this nation, I would be proud of it." The day before she was assassinated. And then the day after she was assassinated, because she had a ton
What
of
did
supporters.
she say then?
Okay. The day after, people were so incensed that there was a huge riot in the streets, and I want to get this number wrong because I don't, but thousands of people died in the riots.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
And all because of her.
Piers, why are
her
you
death.
surprised? Didn't you?
Yeah, why Piers is gonna have to be surprised to this whole thing.
When you've been dropping all these facts, Catherine, Piers has been like,
I would have called them. I would have called them
assassinated?
peaceful protests personally. But that's just what.
I'm just waiting for
What?
Piers to fact check what we
I was
just heard.
saying they weren't riots; they were peaceful protests. But no one got that.
Was that? That was meant to be funny. No.
Oh boy, we're really just boosting
missed
each other's
something.
self-esteem
Yeah.
today on the old.
No, because I thought you were serious, like that you were disputing the.
Well, how they would. You didn't see any of the videos of like Minnesota burning to the ground and them calling it peaceful protest.
Oh, right. I get. Okay.
Can we cut that? It was funny, but no one got it.
It wouldn't have been out of character for Catherine to get a detail wrong. That's
That's true.
Exactly. That's what I thought it was. I was like, oh shit. No, I just checked it. So guys,
Did I
nearly
say
three.
right? I meant a parade.
I love how you say
Okay.
guys every time.
Guys, get this. Okay. Nearly 3,000 people were killed. No, but really.
Can we snippet that exact soundbite? Just
Can I finish this? And then to finish off this amazing story. So this family is akin to the kind of the Kennedys or the Bushes of America, because then her son became prime minister.
how many
so
years
three
later?
of them.
I don't know. From 1984. Oh, so just right after she was
Oh, wow, okay.
assassinated. But there was a gap between.
Doesn't that make him like a
her
chief suspect?
father?
Ah.
Like if you go by motive.
Anyway, pretty crazy.
Wow.
Do they know like what was the motive of her guards? Was it purely like a religious thing, or was it?
She was known for like trying to consolidate power under the government, and there was like a disenfranchising of some groups of people, including the Sikh population, and that's kind of my top level understanding.
No,
It's pretty complicated, and they're both Sikh, the guards.
Okay, so Piers, now do you want to just tell us what actually happened?
Uncommon wealth.
All right. Well, by complete happenstance, I have another helping of incredible Indian lady ruler history for you. Hopefully, it's as interesting as Catherine's. In 1828, there was a young girl was born. Well, a baby, young girl. I think was
A year zero human being.
in
Classic.
1828, an old woman was born. Her name was Rani
It was a
Lakshmi
Benjamin
Bai.
Button scenario. Is that what
Old
you're
woman
saying? Piers
was
is just
born.
confirming it wasn't a Benjamin Button birth. It was a standard human birth.
A regular-sized baby.
Regular sized. In 1828, Rani Lakshmi Bai was born in India. Her father, Morapant Tambe, worked for the local ruler, and she was known as a courageous child. She was brought up by her father as her mother died when she was only 4, and she was trained in horse riding and sword fighting when she was younger, which would come in handy later.
Oh, nice. So we've got ourselves a bit of a Mulan scenario brewing.
Very Mulany. Disney.
So this is a
Plus,
different
queued up.
segment.
Yes.
You
So
just
in-
quickly found a new one?
No.
Piers had 3 segments ready to go about Indian women in leadership.
It's the exact same thing you did, Catherine. He just made up new names, and since the facts are, no one can tell.
In 1848, she married the king of Jhansi, but he died a few years after they married, and she took over as the Rani of Jhansi. So she became the ruler of the region when he died, much to the annoyance of the British, who wanted to annex the state by imposing a doctrine on them. She then basically became the first female freedom fighter of India, revolting against the British in 1857. She was known for fighting with a sword in each hand and a horse's rein
Whoa,
reins
she's
between
dual
her
wielding?
teeth.
That requires incredible dexterity.
2 swords and then the horse's reins in her teeth.
Wow.
And
She's a
It's
badass.
like the William Wallace of India.
yes, so she fought the British from 1857 through 1858 when they were so annoyed with her that they actually sort of turned all their attentions to her province and attacked them. And so they attacked her, and they held out for quite a while, but she eventually succumbed to their advances and died in battle in 1858. And the Brits apparently were very overcome with how incredible she was, and sort of have written her up very gallantly in all the history books.
Why has this not been made into a movie? This is an amazing story.
During the Indian push for independence in 1942, they named an all-female regiment after her.
Oh wow.
Who would go on to fight the English with the help of the Japanese, of all people. The Japanese stepped in to help liberate India, I guess. She had the Rani of Jhansi regiment, was made up of all Indian women, and they were very influential in helping repel the British in 1943. She sounded like an incredible woman.
Yeah,
had
she
a-
And
fights
it
with
worked in a sense, right? Because then
Yeah.
India in the 1940s something, I think, got its independence. So like her groundwork may have paved the way for the other Gandhi to
yeah.
Gandhi.
to do
Oh,
his,
no,
his thing.
they call her the first mother of Indian freedom, the
That's cool.
Indian Joan of Arc.
Do you have
Yeah.
any more facts about her dual wielding of swords? I'd like to hear more about that. That's pretty cool.
She was a very accomplished wrestler. According to Vishnu Bhattacharya, who we all know, she would exercise at weightlifting, wrestling, and steeplechasing before breakfast.
Man,
Who
she's
we
a-
all
she's
know.
kind
Is that
of-
another one of those jokes you've been making, or is that a real?
Is that a humorous quip there, Piers? Are you
I
trying to
thought we were meant to
slip
do
by
those.
us?
Are we
I
meant
thought
to
we
know
were meant
him?
to attempt those.
This is nothing but cold, hard facts.
Is there a chance that it is a movie, like a
A
Bollywood movie or something?
Maybe,
It
yeah.
mu- it must be.
Probably.
That's why I'm
Guys.
surprised there hasn't been a Western movie made. about
Yeah.
it.
It's one of those things where it's not a big deal over here, but
Well, I'm surprised we haven't done something like,
It's
The
probably
Last Samurai, where it
huge.
turns out The Last Samurai is a Western.
You want Tom
Tom
Cruise to
Cruise.
play this woman?
Yeah, Tom Cruise can play. Mission Impossible 9 is
Was it
him
Matt
being the
Damon?
mother of India.
Well, we do know if they make it into a movie, they'll cast Scarlett Johansson, and then there'll be a big to do. So then they'll just change the story so it all happens in Montana. I feel like there's probably
Canada's
stories
Mexico?
like that from all over the world that have just
No
never
doubt,
been
no doubt.
that have just never been properly told to Western people.
oh, I mean, it's like anything. We consider everything here the biggest thing that ever happened, and it's. Someone the other day told me they'd never heard of Genghis Khan, and I was
Jesus.
like, okay.
Really? How
Well,
old was
like,
the person
it's
that said
that song. I get a little bit Genghis Khan.
All right,
What-
there's the
what-
bumper.
What was that?
That would mean no,
That is going up top.
no.
That was a really high register.
Genghis Khan.
Wow, good. Adam, you want to try and then I'll finish it off?
I got a little bit of Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
Like the Empire, we're almost done. We hope that you've had lots of fun. Was it relevant? Probably not. But thanks for giving this part a shot. Stay tuned for the end of Uncommon Wealth, the podcast. Stay tuned for Uncommon Tales.
should try Darryl Lee red licorice. It's Twizzlers, but way better.
What?
Why? Because it's Australian.
No, I don't
it tastes
agree.
better.
I like
Have you had it?
blacklet. No.
Black licorice? Yeah.
How can
Uncommon takes.
Guys, Arthur's crying. I
Baby.
need to.
He has
I
been
might
doing
need
a
to
lot of
bring him.
push-ups while
Can we
we
get?
Can I bring him on?
Well,
I just.
Yeah.
I need
What
to-
else are you gonna do after a strong burn at the gym? Yeah, bring him on.
Yeah, bring him on. And that's a
Hey, there he is.
good- hey, Arthur.
Hey.
There he
Let's
is.
shake him, baby.
Hey, look. But I'll feed you.
Good old
I guess
Arthur.
he's kind of big.
I mean, listen, your words, not mine, Catherine.
Wait, hold
Oh,
on.
I need to
Hold
take my
on.
video off before I
Hold
pull my
on.
boots
Hey.
out.
Wait a minute.
This isn't a coffee shop in Brooklyn. Turn up.
I thought she was gonna do it.
Me too.
I
got a little
almost
nervous
forgot
there.
my video was on. Sorry. Do you hear him drinking?
Yeah, it's that Shore 5. Picks up everything.
Piers is like, I do, and I'm jealous of
If
your
you, had the
amazing.
if you had the 7, we wouldn't be hearing it.
Okay, I'm muting my mic.
You're okay?
I'll just I'm muting my mic so you don't hear the drinking in the background.
Okay.
I thought it would be kind of cute to have in the background, but whatever.
Oh, it's like a whale noises. It's just a nice calming background sound. I actually go to
I
sleep.
put that on my white noise machine to sleep
Just the sound of
while they're
suckling.
nursing.
Sound of suckling summer edition.
Uncommon takes.
This is a post-production edit to give some context to the following uncut audio from the beginning of this recording session. Piers, over the course of the past few months, has purchased, we think, at least 6 microphones to try and configure an audio setup that records himself clearly. Despite this, he has audio issues every week, and this week in particular, it was worse than usual, as you'll hear from his descent into madness, while Catherine, Adam, and I can't help but laugh as we watch on.
Do say like testing or count to 10 or something.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Can you
Hey.
pull away just a little bit?
8, 9, 10.
Yeah, that's good.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
And you're doing the intro, Pierce.
Just don't go-
$1,000
don't go
worth
too
of
close.
microphones there.
Don't go too close and it's good.
Piece of shit.
Can that be the intro? Just start record. Oh, you're recording. Okay.
Piece of
Yeah.
shit.
Why is it?
I love this one.
Come on,
This mic
Piers,
that
get
I
it
got.
together.
Hey, you sound great, Catherine.
Yeah.
This
That's
has been a game changer.
Is that
for
a
me.
Shure?
Sure Sure M5 or something.
Yeah.
That's good.
I have the M7 and it doesn't work for shit.
Piers is like, I've got the M7 and the M6 and the M5.
I have all the M's.
What's the opposite of soundproofing? That's what you've done with that room. Sound reverberating room.
Hello.
Like in what?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That's good.
Is this good?
Yeah.
We'll work with it. Are you on mute again? Can't hear you. Great kickoff, but no one outside of your room heard that.
The electrical contractor's loving it
Can
though.
we please use this video though? That was so fucking funny.
Did you switch mic inputs to 0? What did you do there?
I'm sorry, it's not funny. Pierce is gonna like literally throw his computer.
Nothing. We got nothing, Piers. We got nothing.
He's gonna buy B&H Electronics so that they can come in and just install.
Piers, you have an,
Working
you have an
sound
electrical
system.
contractor in your house. Why don't you just get him to
Yeah,
come
you had
in?
an electrician there for
Yeah.
God's sake.
There you are.
You're
Oh.
back. Oh no,
Nope.
no, you weren't. We had,
What did you do after? Oh, he's just like, fuck it, I'm
Piers,
out.
fuck it. It's like,
He'll be back.
I'm done.
Pierce,
Is Piers
Hey,
there?
buddy.
Piers, we can't see you.
can't see you or hear you.
Oh Jesus.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can hear you. Yes.
Well,
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
sure.
good. All right.
yeah, sure.
Sure, Mike's. Okay, do your intro while it
Get
still
off.
works.
Before you press the button again.
And we're live from the Commonwealth Pandemic.
oh wait, no, that's
No, no, no,
that's
no.
really bad.
So tinny.
Damn it.
That's bad. You need to create some distance there.
It was definitely
Pierce,
When
and
you-
it was fine every other time. This doesn't make any sense.
Well,
No, it doesn't.
oh Just then when you spoke, it sounded the same as when you had the mic plugged in.
Yeah, were you even?
Which makes me believe that it's not using your microphone. It's using like the computer mic or something.
I feel like if we panned down, there'd be like 4 miles of wires. Just all.
Oh, now we can't.
Now
hear
you're
you.
gone again.
Now we can't hear anything.
He's gonna smash it.
Nothing.
Hello?
Nothing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's good.
Now
It's
talk.
good
Keep
too.
speaking.
Keep speaking.
Talk.
Hello?
Yes. It's back to
It's just not
And
loud.
we are live?
Oh, that sounds good. That
it
sounds
Just a
sounds
little
good.
louder. Just talk
Commonwealth.
louder.
And unbelievably, we are live.
Uncommonwealth, the podcast.